The new reach for it stick move lets you stick the ball out and fight for every yard. In previous Maddens, one of the most frustrating things was when it felt like your player had zero awareness of where the first down line or goal line was. The good news is that in Madden 26, you can tell your player to stick the ball out and fight for those extra 1 or 2 yards that may get you a first down or a touchdown. And so to demonstrate this, let me go ahead and throw the ball to my slot receiver right here. And as I'm getting tackled, I'm going to point and hold the right stick straight up. And you may not have seen it from this angle, but if we go ahead and look at the replay, what is happening is as we're getting tackled, our player is going to extend the ball out. You see how he's sticking that ball out and he's getting an extra yard or 2? That is what the reach for it stick move is going to do. You're going to point and hold the right stick straight up as you're getting tackled, and your player will stick the ball out. And there's a lot of different animations that you can get. So like there's one where he kind of spun around and tried to stick the ball out. We can go through and run some more reps real quick, and you can see some of the different animations that we might get. I'd say this one is a very common one though, the one where he's kind of spinning and then he sticks the ball out as he's getting tackled. And so this is probably the most common one that I see. And I mean, it's kind of cool to see him actually fighting for those extra yards. Now, the one thing that is very important that you know about this stick move is that if you get contacted by a second defender during the tackle animation, which I know we're not really seeing right here because we're just doing some one-on-ones to make sure these animations trigger. But if you get hit by a second defender, you have a really high chance of fumbling the ball. And so you need to be very careful that you don't do this in a bunch of traffic. If you do this with a bunch of defenders around, that ball has a very high chance of coming out and being a fumble. And so I think that EA did a good job of balancing it. And like I said, I'm just kind of trying to show you guys the different stick move animations. And like I said, the spinning, falling, sticking the ball out animation is the one you're going to definitely see the most. But when it works, it really works. Like right here, we literally may have gotten that ball across the goal line before our butt hit the ground. And so there's lots of different animations. I will say that some people have experienced like accidentally, I don't know what number 5 is doing there. Some people have experienced accidentally using the reach for it stick when they're simply trying to truck. And so that's something you have to keep in mind. Here's a different animation right here where we're kind of squared up with the defender. And so after the initial tackle attempt, you can see that we kind of fall over him and still stick the ball out. And so there's a lot of different animations you can get for the reach for it stick move. And as long as it's a one-on-one, you can absolutely do it and steal extra yards. Just don't do it in traffic or else you'll fumble. But I think this is a really cool feature in the game. And especially on like a 3rd and short or a 4th and short or a 4th and goal, this is going to make for some really exciting plays where you just barely get the ball across the goal line.